the symbolic representation, when is that what is symbolically represented when we during puja offer all these things to him, deep, dhoop, vastra, everything, naivedya, because he is the enjoyer of sacrifice?
See, what happens is in one of the verses which we will come across in the future, he clearly states that, you know, whatever that you offer to the gods, and yeah, they are partaking of it and they are passing on further to him. So finally, at the end of the day, the whole thing comes to me alone. That is what he says. So let us say, for example, in a very simple system. Now you may go and pay the taxes over here for electricity, electricity bills or telephone bills. You may be paying here in Bangalore, but at the end of it, you are still paying to the central government. That means the government of India is collecting all the taxes. They are getting a certain portion of it. Certain portion is retained by the state government, certain portion is retained by the central government. So finally, the person who runs this country is also partaking of it, is also getting a part of it. So when Krishna is saying these words, that he is partaking of the sacrifice, that you are offering. Yes. So whatever sacrifice that you are doing, let us say, for example, you are watching a movie, or you are listening to the satsang, or you are even eating something. So the person who is actually taking all this essence of all this is centered in your heart. He is in your heart, because in many verses he is going to keep on saying these words, I live in your heart, I live in your heart, I live in your heart.
Sadness, and if you go through emotions and all, what about that?
That also.
That also?
Everything. It is the sacrifice.
But
it is a sacrifice.
How does he become the enjoyer then?
See, the question of enjoyment, what is this? Something popped up, I don't know. All right. All right. So, yeah. Now let us say, for example, there are two parties, which is one is Kauravas and one is the Pandavas. Now, as per our idea, he is fighting with the Pandavas and he is not there in the Kauravas. No. If you see the verses, he is telling you clearly that my army is fighting with the Kauravas. Imagine the big boss on one side and the army on the other side, and they are fighting with each other. It is like the president of India is on one side and his entire army is fighting for Pakistan. How funny can that be? It's a very funny. So you will find, how is that going to happen? No, here it clearly defines that the entire system is on one side and he alone is on one side. Okay, he alone is on one side. Everything that is happening in this war of Kurukshetra, that means everything that happens in our being, this body, at the end of the day, everything is percolating down to him. So you may say this, that there is a body and then there is a soul. See, in very simple English, I can tell you, there is a body and then there is a soul. So all that you do is, at the end of the day, the soul is overall observing it. Remember, the soul is not partaking of anything, it's not robbing from somewhere. The mind is robbing, the mind is robbing, whereas the soul is just overlooking the process. Alright, so it is happening under his aegis, and he is only a driver. See, the body has to be alive, isn't it, to do all the karmas in the world. So the body has to be alive means it is actually there performing or doing the action. Meanwhile, Krishna, who is called the super soul, or the Atma that is represented in you, is silently observing it. The five bodies are performing the action.
Gunas mixing amongst.
Yes. and he is only standing there watching it. It is happening under his guidance and control. Now, guidance, if you remember, the first thought that comes, I told you, is always from the divine consciousness. The second thought onward, that means every additional thought that comes is coming from the material realm, that is from your mind. Okay. Now, there was one question asked by, I think, Senthil, isn't it? Senthil asked a question about memory and about the mind. Now, this is something that you got to understand. Mind is like a vessel, container. When we are making some sabji and all, we are taking a kadai, a kadai, a wok. So when we are taking that kadai, what are we doing? We are putting some oil in it, some sputtering thing. After that, we are putting the cut vegetables and frying them for some time and then cooking in that, isn't it? This is a process, and the cooking has to happen. After that, something comes out of it at the end of it. All right, that is the prasad. That is what comes out of it as a gift for you. You are partaking of it. So that means that sabji which is made is you are eating it. Now what happens? Let us see. First we are taking the wok or the kadai. The kadai is called the mind. All right? Understood? Then the next thing is what? We have to take a medium. Medium means an oil or something like that for cooking it. So this medium that we are going to take is called the processing of the thoughts, the thought processing. It is nothing but it's gathering things from different places so that it can cook nicely. All right. Now, every multiple thought that comes in. Now, remember the thoughts is what? All the sabji, the onion, the potatoes, or whatever that you are putting in are the multiple thoughts that are coming inside. Some come from our memory banks. What is coming from the memory banks? There are certain things which you say, in this sabji we are going to put this thing. Okay. Second item over there is called the, what is the third Kanchika? What is the third body?
Mind body. Prana.
Yeah, mind body. In that, what is the next body that is put in? Intellectual.
Thoughts.
The intellectual. Okay. So the intellectual body that is there, that is giving us the complete framework of what we are supposed to do. It is going to do the reasoning part for you. It is going to tell you, put only so much of salt, put only so much of, say, haldi or mirchi or dhania or something like that. It's telling you clearly. If you put an additional, you are going to get into trouble. So these are the thoughts that are getting put in. Finally, what comes out of it, is going to get cooked in it. So in the mind, now this has become like a kitchen. Now let me see the kitchen inside of you. There is a mind body. Okay. Now there is the first thought which has come in over there is, let us say, for example, somebody has come, some small child from your building has come with, this is the school, some fund. I'm sure many a times we have children coming to our houses saying, this is the school sinking fund or something like that. They'll say, we want to build a school, so we want to have this. One moment. Okay. One second.
Have you had your breakfast?
That is Brito is there. he did not know that I was in suspect, so he's asking how is it. Okay. So anyway, so in the body there is a mind body, in which there is an intellectual body. Now, intellectual body. Huh?
Child comes to collect money.
Huh. Okay, sorry. I have to take it from there. So the child has come to the door. Now, in your mind, you look at the child as a sweet child, and then immediately the thought comes, that I should give him 101 rupees or 100 rupees. Then what happens is, then you take the sheet of paper which the child is having, and then you see that the neighbor has given 501. Okay, that fellow is 501, huh? And then you ask the child, how much have you given? How much has your dad given? My dad, he is given only 10 rupees. Oh, he is given only 10 rupees. Then you think in your mind, such a stinking rich person, and he has no danat. He is just giving 10 rupees, useless fellow. Your mind is talking. It is telling you from the memory. See, remember, this is the memory which is getting used over here. He is a rich person. He has so much of money, and then you are reasoning out with your intellectual mind. He's got so much of money, and yet he's giving only 10 rupees. This is not correct. Then there are various other ingredients that are getting added. What are the ingredients? Now you have thought of giving 100 rupees. So you go and you check up your purse. There is no chutta in the purse. This is only 500 rupees, 1000 bucks, and 10 rupees and 20 rupees. So what do? So now you are in a big dilemma. So then what happens is, then you are trying to reason out. If I give 10 rupees, मेरा और उसके बाप में क्या फर्क होगा? Okay, there is one reasoning. Second, now see how many thoughts have actually entered the scene. And then the second thought comes, if I put all the chiller together, it is only coming to 40 rupees. I'll go and ask my wife whether she has got any change. Wife gets up and says, I don't have change. Early in the morning, you are asking me for change. Okay, later on when the shop opens, I will go and get it. See again how referencing to the memory is happening. You see, the memory and the mind along with the thoughts are playing up, and there are a lot of reasoning happening. So memory is a place where the mind is actually sending impulses and saying, go see, go check, go check, go check. So then finally, you come to the child, and then there is another process that happens. You must not be having any change on you. So that is your judgmental. It is judging. Looking at the child, the small child, you think that the child doesn't understand. And you already made judgments that the child has absolutely, all the money he must have kept at home. So the child looks up to you and says, how much change do you want? You want 1000 rupees change? And then you are shocked. Now see, these are processes that are happening in the kadai. Okay, in the cauldron of your mind, these are the processes that are happening. Immediately your memory goes back to your childhood days. I also used to keep a lot of money in the pocket, never told anybody about it. Okay. So, and then you say, okay, give me 1000 rupees change. So the child immediately counts 900 and gives you the change. And as usual, we like to fool around with people. This is, okay, now you go, I'll just sign 100 rupees given and you go. Uncle, you have not given me 1000 rupees. This is that namak that we put extra, We are just trying out these various things. And finally we say, okay, I was just joking, take this 1000 bucks and go. The child goes away happily. This is the end of the story at the door. What has happened is the entire sabji has got cooked at the door with all the ingredients coming in. Now see how many thoughts came in. Not one, there were multiple thoughts which came in, right? And then there was reasoning, there was memory, there were too many things getting together. Finally, the end result was the child goes away happily. That is called taking the prasada. All right, and you are also happy. You have given 100 bucks. At that time, you have given it genuinely, because you have made a little masti with the child, so you feel happy, I have done this. And the child he didn't argue with you. He didn't tell you, the neighbor gave 500, why you can't give? He has not said those words. And then you think, that yes, I am better than his father, but I am not rich as my neighbor. My neighbor may be richer and he can afford 500 bucks. I can't. So, and then you come inside. This is the whole process of one thought, one object which came in the picture. That means just one rose which comes in front of you, you admire it, you pluck it, take it, think about it, and put it in at the God's feet. That is the process. And that which gets out of it, whatever you're getting out of it, is the satisfaction that you have put the best rose at the feet of the Lord. So you feel happy about it. This is the enjoyer, the last portion, which is called the enjoyer. This satisfaction goes to the last body. Anandamaya Kosh. Okay? Yes, it is the enjoyer of it. This enjoyer is connected to the Lord inside. The enjoyer, whatever he is enjoying, whatever the physical being is enjoying, the remaining portion, the essence of it, is going to the Lord. Alright? It's the same thing that you put a prasad, that you make some, say, shira or something like that, and keep it in front of God and say, please God, thank you very much for this wonderful day and all that. And here I am offering you this thing. So when you offer that thing to the Lord, you feel happy. And then once you have offered it, now you may say, he is not coming out and eating it. But no, he is already partaken of it. That means the one who is inside of us, called Krishna, has already partaken of it. And then after offering, whatever that is remaining over there, that everything is remaining. You can see, the whole thing is remaining in front of you. That is enjoyed by the body. Even in our prasad, even that offering which we do to the Lord, the flowers that we keep, or the agarbatti that we show, or the diya that we show, you think God is getting the diya in that particular way that you are looking at it, or the agarbatti? The agarbatti smell is coming to you and every other person in the room. So what is it that has happened is, you have shown the essence to the Lord. So the Lord is only the partaker of this end, whatever that is getting out of it. Alright? So memory has to be used, and whether it is good or bad, both the things. In the memory we have two things. One that is giving us pleasures and one that is giving us pain. Now if we see our child has come first in school last year, or he has done some play, or you have done something really well, you have gone and maybe played a tennis match or something like that, and you have won that has become a memory. That is a good memory and you feel nice about it. There is a bad part to it also. Somebody has died. Okay? Somebody has given you galis. Some friend has left you and gone away. Or your girlfriend has ditched you. Something like that. It's a bad memory. And when this bad memory comes to you, you wrinkle up and you say, oh my God. Something like that. Or that person came, that object comes in front of us. The girlfriend comes in front of you with a married husband. She's married somebody. And then you look at them and you are going, like that. So, it happens. It happens in the movies also, and in real life as well. So at that point in time, all the bitter memories that are there, they come to the fore. And then you are seething with anger and say, oh, so what does she think of herself? You think I am not better off or what? Who is this idiot jerk that she has married? Okay. So that person has become a jerk. And if she would have married this jerk, then? No, we have, at that point in time, the bitterness comes up. or the joy comes out when you see your child performing a small play in the school. He has become a tree in the school, you know. In the all these big plays, the child says, I am the tree, I am the tiger, I am this, I am that. Okay, okay, you are the tree, I am going to come and film you. We go with the camera, we film it, and we are so mighty pleased. You know, my son is the tree in that tree you see over there, he is my son. वो ट्री में किधर सन दिखता है यार, ट्री में खाली ऐसा आईज दिखता है, and he is going like this, like this, like this, like this. The tree is going. Yet you are happy about it. So those are pleasures and these are pains. And both these are stored in the memory. Both. Now what happens to this individual who is on the path of the spiritual? He has to use the three things: dispassion, detachment, and discrimination. Never get swayed. If you see the verses before, he is telling you clearly, don't get swayed with the pleasures or the pains. Which one is that, Padma? Since I'm using another book, I'm not able to. No, which one is the verse? I don't want your book. I'm telling which verse are we on? Okay, fine. Where is it?
20.
20, chapter 5, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. So, meeting the unpleasant, you see, meeting with the pleasant or the unpleasant. Both these things you should not get swayed. So, you need to be very, very firm, firmly established in the devotion or in the self. A person should not feel bad or neither should feel good. Anyway, you know this is a play of Maya. Whatever that is happening in this material world is a play of Maya. And Maya is a very, very great actress. Sometimes she is showing you all the pain. Sometimes she is showing you all the pleasures. Don't get carried away by her. It is the Lord's Maya. Okay? So don't get carried away by this. So in the memory, there may be bitter memories. Don't feel bad that your neighbor has given you galis. The next time when you are doing some, there's a party in the house and you say, वो साले को मैं नहीं बुलाऊंगा. नहीं, ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है. I have always told you, कि अगर किसी के मुंह में से गंदगी आती है, somebody who is talking nonsense from his mouth, please understand his mouth is like a gutter. Don't try to change it into Ganga. उसको थोड़ा सा गंगा का पानी पिला के वो है ना स्वीट बोलने वाला नहीं है.
गंगा भी मैल हो जाएगी फिर.
हाँ, तो मैं तो तुम बोलोगे कि है ना ये कैडबरी खाओ कुछ मीठा हो जाए. बोला मीठा नहीं, वो आदमी तो खाली है ना गंदा ही बकता है, वो गंदा ही बकने वाला है. तेरा कैडबरी खाने के बाद बोलेगा क्या यार, फिर 5 रुपए का साला कैडबरी खिलाता है, घर में तुम्हारा है ना 100 रुपये का बड़ा बड़ा पैकेट पड़ेगा. Oh, he's used to saying this. It's like, the most difficult thing in the world is to please the mother-in-law in the house. Try telling, that I have cooked the best meal. इसमें नमक थोड़ा कम नहीं लगता है तुमको? हमारे जमाने में हम लोग इसमें यानी ये ऐसा करते थे. ये क्या आजकल के जमाने के लोग कुछ समझता नहीं है, कुछ प्रिपरेशन ही नहीं. हम लोग तो क्या पहले दिन से है ना उसको घोट के ये करते थे. अच्छा, हाँ, अभी एक ऐसा पैकेट खोला, वो डाल दिया, हो गया. इसमें क्या है, कौन सा बड़ा कला है तुम्हारा? हम ही लोग का सुगरण हो. तो सुगरण, यू अंडरस्टैंड, द वन हु इज द बेस्ट कुक इन द वर्ल्ड. ड्यूरिंग आवर टाइम्स वी वुड गो टू द डेप्थ ऑफ एवरीथिंग. वो मसाला भी हम लोग लास्ट मोमेंट में कूट के बनाते थे. सब फ्राई करना पड़ता है, उसको अच्छे से सेक के उसके बाद उसको है ना वो हम लोग वो डंग 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 वो डालते हैं ना, उसमें डाल के हम लोग पीसते थे. फिर उसके बाद उसको कोबरे को वो क्या बोलते हैं ग्राइंड करने का. ये आजकल क्या तुम्हारा एक ऐसा मशीन दबा है, हो गया तुम लोग का चटनी. हम लोग के टाइम पे एक एक घंटा हम लोग करते थे वो उसके ऊपर. So you know, you try to please her and she is going to come up with all these things. ये क्या है, तुम लोग एक बॉटल खोलता है, उसमें से एक चमचा लेता है, उसमें डाल दिया. हाँ, ये बोलते हैं फिर है ना, यू कॉल इट जिंजर गार्लिक पेस्ट. ये जिंजर गार्लिक पेस्ट बहुत एक बरस से वो डब्बे में पड़ा है तुम्हारा. हम लोग जिंजर और गार्लिक दोनों सेपरेट करते थे और उसको कूटते थे. So you think about it. You know, you can never please. Why are you trying to please? You know, the one person that you need to please is your own self. No, first it's your own self.
Self, okay.
Yeah. See, why do we take bath before we go for the puja?
Feel good, yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, you will have to feel clean about yourself. You have to feel nice about yourself. Till you don't feel nice about your own self, you can't pray to the God outside. So first, self-esteem is very important. Polishing your self-esteem is the highest thing that you can do. If you are calling yourself the most miserable person in the world, trying to please my mother-in-law is the worst thing that I can ever do. You start with a negative in your world. I can never please her. Khalas. It is not about pleasing her, it is about pleasing your own self first. You please yourself first. There is another instance which you will be amazed. You know, when the child is being taken care of by you, when the child was born and you were, putting a nappy or doing something, there again the mother-in-law and the all those aunts and uncles from the other side can't even take care of the baby. Look at her, how she's handling. अरे तेरा बच्चा है कि मेरा बच्चा है? Think about it. Hasn't this happened? In every family this is going to be there. Please forget about trying to please somebody else. Please yourself first. I know you have gone and bought the Johnson's baby lotion and the Johnson's baby oil and the Johnson's powder, और उसको बच्चे को इतना पाउडर लगाया कि वो गोरा गोरा हो गया है. मेरा जैसा कलर है ना उसका रहता ही नहीं है, एकदम डिंचक वाइट हो जाता है. वो चक्की थी पहले, चक्की मालूम है? तो चक्की में वो जो आदमी टंग 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 करके है ना अंदर हाथ डाल के वो निकालता था, पुराने जमाने की बात है. You know, that man was white in color. Because all that, atta used to be in his hair, in his face, and once in a while he would clean his mouth like this. वो एक गंदा सा कपड़ा रहता था उसको ऐसा करके क्लीन करिए, वापस टिंग टिंग टिंग, चलो तुम्हारा कितना किलो है? 5 किलो, गेहूं लास्ट में रखना उधर. और फिर हम लोग वो बीच में से है ना ऐसा सबका लाइन लगता था, वो बीच में हम लोग हमारा डब्बा ला, इसमें क्या है? वो मम्मी ने ना उसका पीट दिया है, बोला है कि ना इसको लापसी का बनाने का. लापसी का अभी मेरा मशीन में लापसी नहीं बनता है. लापसी बनाना गेहूं को थोड़ा है ना रफ ग्राइंडिंग होता है. This may sound very strange to you, but rough grinding, it will leave bigger chunks. And that fellow has taken the machine करके वो ऐसा राउंड करता था कुछ तो सेटिंग किया है उसने एकदम फाइन. और तुम अगर बीच में घुसाने को गए तभी वो क्या बोले? हाँ यार, तभी वो क्या बोलेगा उन्होंने? इधर मत रखना, आप पीछे रखना. This used to be the very wonderful thing in our childhood, and we have enjoyed it. So our life is going to be like that. So don't get carried away by all these things. Let all that grinding, weaning जो होता है उसको अलग रख दो, and focus on the current issues. So अभी हम लोग कहाँ थे पता है आपको?
हाँ, we have to start chapter 6.
Okay, all right. So is there any other question? No question. Padma is gone to drop stage. Kalpana, you have any question? No. Aparna? No. Okay. Okay, we'll just start chapter 6. Sri Bhagavan said, he who does his duty without expecting the fruit of action is a sannyasi, Sankhya yogi, and a yogi, karma yogi, both. He is no sannyasi, renouncer, who has merely renounced the sacred fire. Even so, he is no yogi who has merely given up all activity. This is a very important verse. The description of who a sannyasi is. Now, we have a very funny understanding that I am not a sannyasi because I am living in this material world. Isn't it? We always think, okay, I cannot become sannyasi. Okay? I cannot become. Who is a sannyasi? The one who wears orange clothes, one who goes to the, Kumbh Mela and does shaving of his head, takes a bath in that, pool. Okay? Yes, and he is performing austerities. Austerities मतलब कभी एक पैर पे खड़ा रहता है, कभी दूसरा पैर पे खड़ा रहता है, कभी है ना 4-4 घंटा खाता नहीं. तो आप भी बोलेंगे मैं भी 4 घंटा नहीं, मैं तो 6 घंटा नहीं खाया, कभी एक 10 घंटा नहीं खाया. नहीं, उसका 4 घंटा बोलेगा तो बहुत बड़ा होता है. So yes, and no, he is not married also. He is not at all interested in marriage. Go and ask him that. It's a completely different story out there. So there is nothing like that. I'm sorry. He is the person who is not a sannyasi at all. He goes and he collects donations from people. Okay, after collecting donations, he says, I am going to teach you yogasana. You want to join my classes? It is 2,000 rupees a month. Arre? A sannyasi wants to start a yoga school. I never knew that. And he will tell you timings. Between 4:30 in the morning till 6 o'clock in the morning, you please come to my to this Leela Maidan, some Leela Maidan, and there we will be having. And when you turn up over there, paying those 2,000 or 3,000 bucks, you see that the Swami is nowhere to be seen. Some chamcha office is sitting over there, and he is telling you, अब हम सब बैठ जाएंगे. Okay, you are going to all sit. And then you are looking around here and there, and you recognize a few faces. Hello, how are you? Tabhi, in your mind you are going, you are a very big skeptical person. Okay? और एक बकरा बना, और एक बकरा बना. Hi, good morning. और एक बकरा, और एक बकरा. अच्छा ये बकरी भी है अपने साथ. लेकर देख. मोटी साली कैसे टंगड़ी ऊपर करने वाली है मालूम नहीं. We have already made judgments on everybody around us. I should see from the corner of our eye, उसको है ना पैर भी ऊपर करने को आता है कि कुछ करने को आता है. And you smile at her, give her a very big smile. Hello, बेटी कैसी है आपकी? बोले बहुत अच्छी है. अच्छा, हाँ फिर मिलेंगे. ये सब होने के बाद उल्लू का पट्टा. The woman is saying, साला मेरी बेटी के ऊपर लाइन मारने को देखता हूँ हमेशा. Useless बगल. उसकी उम्र देख. And everybody is having multiple thoughts right around the whole. So, okay, you have come for a great satsang, or great yoga shibir, or have you come for making tippanni on every other person? Tippanni means criticism, by the way. They have come over there to actually criticize everybody. Early in the morning, I used to go for a morning jog once upon a time. Okay, it was a long jog or a walk, I don't know. It was actually a walk. I had some 3-4 friends with me, and we would all go from Andheri to Goregaon, in the mountains. So, and every time when we are passing, ये देख इधर करेले का जूस बेच रहा है. अच्छा, आगे आगे है ना वो सात्विक फूड बेचता है. मतलब क्या मालूम है? सवेरे सवेरे बटाटा वड़ा, वो साबुदाना वड़ा, खिचड़ी. बोला सात्विक फूड है. And you try to think about what is सात्विक in that, by the way. ये साबुदाना में इतना कैलोरीज भर के ठूस के है कि पूछ मत. अच्छा, वो साबुदाना के अंदर जो बटाटा डालता है, साबुदाना सेंथिल, sago. The white color thing, small thing that you get.
Globules, those white globules they make during puja and all, no, upvas. You make kheer also with that.
Yes. Yeah, that is the thing.
You
That is
make
called,
appalam also with that. Papad bhi banta hai.
yeah, sago, S-A-G-O. Not rice, it's a sago. It's a gond. It's a gum from a tree. Okay. Now that is having the highest calories because it has got so much carbohydrate. Tuske hai usme. It's white in color because of carbohydrates and starch and all. And here we have this person saying it's a sattvic food. And in that, what have they added? They have added in that potatoes, lot of oil, ghee, and then one more ingredient which is the highest calories. I mean, you have just 100 grams of it, you can live the whole day. It is called peanuts. Understand peanuts? It has got 100 grams of peanuts in it. And you say, ये मॉर्निंग जॉग में ना ये बहुत अच्छा रहता है. क्या है, तुमको एनर्जी, यू विल गेट इट बैक. yes, आफ्टर उसके बाजू में ऑफ कोर्स दे आर आल्सो सेलिंग दिस लेमन जूस भी है, और उसके बाद ऑरेंज जूस भी है. फ्रेश ऑरेंज जूस अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग इज वेरी गुड फॉर हेल्थ. एंड आई यूज्ड टू लुक एट माय फ्रेंड और बोलता था, तो ये मॉर्निंग जॉग इज फॉर दिस, इज इट? No. And my friend was a great person, and he would say, no, it's not for this. You see, whatever other interesting people that are there, all the beautiful girls that are running over there, ना, उन लोग को साले ये बुड्ढे लोग देखने को आते थे, और वहां पे ना वो ऐसा खा रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, आ गई, देखो. You should go to that Bandra Joggers Park and see. In Bandra, there is a place called Joggers Park. Okay, it's the same story. It's all nonsense. This is what happens. And here, of course, we are discussing a very great person called a sannyasi. There is one video in the YouTube. Okay, there is this great, fat, huge Babaji who does dancing and all. I don't remember his name. And you should see the way he is doing the dancing. He must be, I think, 150 kilos in weight or something like that. Massive guy. And all beautiful girls around him are dancing. And he's yeah. And then he sits on that asana over there. And everybody is coming to touch his feet. Aur jhuko. Oh God, it is a terrible thing. And here we are sitting in front of this orange clad, with long hairs, Babaji. There is one other Babaji that I met. Oh, he could dance to Michael Jackson. I'm bad. And then you really wonder what kind of a Babaji is. And then he says, I am a corporate consultant. I take classes in Infosys, in Wipro. Acha? Infosys and Wipro में तू classes लेते है? Yes. I am the human resources development person. Acha. And you are a Babaji. Great. Of course, you have to do all these things because in today's day and age, there are no kings to support you. So Mr. Narayan Murthy and Mr. Azim Premji are the great kings that are supporting you by giving you the chance and the opportunity to give their employees the greatest knowledge that you have, which you have collected from the Himalayas. So coming back to the verse. He who does his duty without expecting the fruit of action is a sannyasi. You are doing some job, and if you are expecting that 200 people are going to attend my shibir, each of them is paying 2,000 bahts. Oh, my collection is very nice. You have already decided how much you are collecting, and you have already told the hotel, see, for the 3 days, I am going to book so many 200 people. I want your ballroom. Okay? I want sound system. I want your ballroom. I am going to pay you 200 rupees per head. Achha? So 600 rupees for 3 days. right? 200 people. So the hotel is almighty happy. कि अपना 3 दिन ballroom book हो गया है 200 people. I know Aparna is from the hotel industry. I mean, this is how the sales people are very happy. I have been able to achieve the target. मेरे को बोला था 160 में देने का, ये गधा है ना 200 रुपये में ले रहा है. Very good, very good. And your general manager is saying, yeah, you have done a great job. 3 days you're booked. What you should do is you should keep in touch with this Swamiji. This Swamiji, he conducts classes in this place. Why not offer him, instead of the ballroom, why not offer him our garden? Tell him you can accommodate 500 people over there. And yes, of course, and we can give him the rate of, let us say, 160 rupees. Sir, but we give only 120 rupees in the gardens. You know how much noise these people are going to make? Our guests are going to get disturbed. It is better that, and when they have this thing, just keep them away from the swimming pools. So you know what you do? You put one shamiana on this side so that they don't peep in the swimming pools every now and then. How many general managers have said these words? Think about it. I mean, these are very, very practical things. And 160, साला 40 रुपया एक्स्ट्रा लगा रहा है. बोला उसको क्या देने का? The samosas and the kachoris and all that. Sir, we are getting them ready-made from, they are not coming from our kitchen. And that's exactly what we are trying to do. We are trying to save money over there. These idiots, they want to learn yoga in the morning. Stupid fellows. They could have used my gym, It cost them just maybe about $25,000, 25,000 rupees per annum. The baser thing is there are only 4 cycles over there, sir. The cross trainers are only 4, and if these 200 people join, don't worry, we'll accommodate them. We'll give them timing. So at the end of it, everybody is at the end of it thinking bees, man, money, what's going to come from it, money. So this Yogi Baba, who is conducting this shibir in this great hotel, is thinking at the end of the day, साला 3 दिन में मैंने 40 लाख कमाया और 40 में से मेरे को एक 8 ही खर्चा करना पड़ा, तो 32 लाख का मेरा कमाई है 3 दिन में. Very good, boss. Next time I should have 500 people. I will negotiate with the hotel. Publicity. अभी ये 200 पागल लोग हैं ना, उन लोगों को बोल रहा हूँ ना. You should also, at the end of the shibir, at the end of this yoga, we should distribute all those papers to them and tell them that you should give this. You must be really very happy. Now you're rejuvenated. On top of the world. Okay. Yes, I am on top of the world. And so you can get your colleagues. You can make more fools in your office. Okay, so you are from this great company, IBM. Good, good. Which department are you? Oh, you are from, okay, the cloud. But you must be having this other department. Why don't you give some more leaflets in that department? Or instead of that, I can conduct in your company. How many employees you have in India? Oh, you have 50,000 employees. He's calculating in his brain. And he's wearing ochre colored clothes, orange clothes. Corporate gurus. Today we have such type of people in our world. So coming back to this, Sri Bhagavan said, God is saying, Krishna is saying, he who does his duty without expecting the fruit of action is a sannyasi. That person should be doing his duty. If he knows yogasan, he has to teach yoga without expecting money from anybody or anything specific. Here the person is bothered कि मेरा कितने का गल्ला होने वाला है 40 लाख रुपए का. I'm sorry, this is not the way to do it. So he is a sannyasi, the one who does his job perfectly without expecting any results is called a sannyasi. Not a person who wears orange color clothes and roams in the Himalayas. I'm sorry. And a yogi both. Why? The word that describes him as a karma yogi, he does the work. Some people will say, why do I have to do the work? I am sorry, you are not a sannyasi if you don't do the work. What? You think that there is a machine which is going to wipe your ass? I'm sorry, no automatic machines over here. No robots. We are not in Japan. Okay? तुमको खुद को तुम्हारा काम करना पड़ेगा. You have to do your part of the deal. So karma yoga, part of your life. Better do the karma yoga without expecting anything out of it. This person is called a sannyasi. He is no sannyasi who has merely renounced the sacred fire. Even so, he is no yogi who has merely given up all his activities. So some person who has given up all the activities, saying that मैं ये नहीं करेगा, मैं वो नहीं करेगा, मेरे से ये नहीं होता, मेरे से वो नहीं होता. Yesterday I had a person on call, and that person is saying, Guruji, I can't do this. I am so much lost in this whole world of the Lord Krishna. I am so much lost. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. I am not at all a part of it. At that time, this verse came in my mind. I said, oh, so you think you are a sannyasi? After saying that I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that? No. Here Krishna is very clearly telling that person. So I was very angry. And I said, don't give me that bullshit and crap. You have to be in that place. Do the job that is prescribed to you. Prescribed job. If you are a teacher, you better teach in school. If you are a person who is working in an office, you work in the office. Renouncer or a sannyasi is a person who is doing everything, every job in the world that comes their way, which by God's action, because it's a part and parcel of your mental makeup.
Yes,
you have, it is your swadharma. You can't say, I'm not going to do this. You've got to do this, and yet, so this person has to do it without expecting the fruits. An action needs to be performed. Only such a person is a sannyasi. But a person who says, no, I have given up everything in the world. I am not at all in this. You see, I don't partake of this. I don't partake of that. अरे खाना तो खाते हो ना 2 हाथ से. हाँ. और उधर जाके 40 लाख रुपया कमा के आए ना होटल में. अच्छा. Yeah, I am a sannyasi. Orange color clothes डाल के. बहुरूपी बोलते हैं उसको हम लोग. बहुरूपिया मतलब?
Multifaceted.
So not a person who can be trusted. So he is no sannyasi who is merely renounced the sacred fires, the different fires that are there. One of the fires is called the one which we have, where शादी करते हैं लोग, गृहस्थी बिताने के लिए. We go around the fire in the शादी के टाइम पे, मालूम है? वैसे हम लोग, there are 3 fires which I had described some days back in one of the Facebook updates. You can go back and refer to it. I don't want to go into those fires just now. But those are the fires which are very, very important. So somebody who has said, just for example, I have given up my material world. I am no longer in the marriage. I have a wife, but I am not a husband. Sorry, you can't do that. You may have to live in that place for all you know. It's called the mental renunciation. So a person who has merely renounced, no, I'm going to the jungles, no. Is no yogi who has given up activity. So there are people who run away from their jobs and go to the Himalayas. They are no sannyasi. This is the beginning of this. Arjuna, you must know. See, you have to tell me when to stop. I can't see the time over here anywhere. So please kindly let me know. Arjuna, you must know that what they call sannyasa is no other than yoga. For none become a yogi who has not abandoned his sankalpas, thoughts of this world. So Krishna is describing the type of sannyas that we are supposed to take. What does he say? He is called yoga, union with God. You have to be one with the Lord only. While एक हाथ से पूरा दुनिया का काम करने का और दूसरे हाथ से भगवान के पैर पकड़ के रखने का. So with one hand you are catching the feet of the Lord, and with the other hand you are doing all material jobs that are there that come your way. So everything that comes your way, which is supposed to be done, you got to do. This is
The mind
called,
locked onto the Lord.
yes, this is called sannyasa. For none become a yogi who has not abandoned his sankalpa. Sankalpa? Oh, my next satsang I am going to collect so much money. Oh, that next shibir of mine, no, this time I got only 40 lakhs. Next time I will have 1 crore. 500 candidates. Maybe I should increase my fees from 2,000 to 3,000. Tell them, you know, it's a bigger venue. होटल ने मेरे को 20 रुपया कम करके दिया, वो काय को बोलने का उसको. It's a bigger venue. So this is the thing. So that is called the sankalpa. Sankalpas are basically the thoughts of the world. How a person thinks. I'm going to do this so that I get this. I'm going to do that so that I get that. To the contemplative soul who desires to attain karma yoga, selfless action is said to be all means. For the same man, when he is established in yoga, absence of all sankalpas is said to be the way to blessedness. To the contemplative soul, the one who thinks anything that is being taught, the person deeply thinks about such subject matters. Now this is the Bhagavad Gita. We are doing the Bhagavad Gita. Just by reading a verse and saying, I am a sannyasi or I am a yogi is not the right thing. You have to do what is supposed to be done. So you have to contemplate on that subject matter. Contemplating is even using your mind. Are you not using your mind in contemplation? Yes, you are using your mind. You are using your intellect. You are using your thoughts. You are using your memories. You are using your reasoning power. In deeper contemplation, this is required to be done. You have been given the tools of the trade for using them. Don't misuse them. And let the mind not give you bullshit. You know how the mind talks? You don't even know how the mind talks. The mind says, you are the best thing that has happened in this world. Look at yourself. Okay? You have given up all these things. You are a wonderful person. All right. See? You only have that much which is sufficient for you. Okay? So, I'm sorry, you don't understand. You know, this person whom we are talking about is Krishna himself. Are we not talking about Krishna? We are talking about somebody who is the greatest of the sannyasi in the world. Yet he is married 16,108 wives. He is the greatest, the richest man in India. His kingdom was Dwarka. Dwarka, he could accommodate the 16,000 wives. How rich the person might be. To even take care of your 1 or 2 children, you know how difficult it is. And here, he used to have with every wife of his, there was 1 daughter and I think there were 2 or 3 sons or something like that. I don't know how many sons he had. Now imagine 16,000 multiplied by such a big figure. Oh my God, it's a very big family. And then brothers and wives and this and that. And then the whole kingdom. How many servants they would have had? You think the servants were never paid over there? What, Krishna had only this, from alien somewhere, and he would say, okay, aane do khana. Okay, we have made them into robots. No food is needed. Just 1 drop of oil, Tin Man. Okay, we are not talking about Tin Man. So many people had to be fed. Now imagine this great sannyasi. He used to go fight the wars also. Haven't he fought many wars? Of course. Did he not go to meet Arjuna many times? Of course. Did he not travel in very beautiful, horses and chariots? Of course. Gilded with gold? Of course. And he was a sannyasi. You think he was not administrating this entire kingdom? He was. He was one of the greatest administrators of Gujarat, Dwarka. He was the greatest administrator when he was in Mathura. He was a part of the council. So everything he did. And on top of it, he had to take care of so many cows, goshalas. Then there was farming to be done, salt pans. You think all this was not done? Of course. Deep sea diving, catching the fishes. We are in Dwarka, where one of the greatest fishing places in India. You get very beautiful fishes over there. Then there is the Ran of Kutch over there. Have you ever been there in Ran of Kutch? Aparna must have gone. Do you know in that particular place, in that particular region, there used to be a place which was very, very famous for Ajrak. It was a cloth which was made over there. And we used to cultivate over there in the past Indica fera, a type of a plant which gives the dye called indigo.
Indigo.
The indigo dye. Again, a small diversion over here. What was the vastra which Krishna was wearing?
Pitambar.
Correct. Pitambar and the yellow shawl. Right? This pitambar that is there, it is made from one of the sea creatures. The extraction process is it's a very, very long drawn out process. You can say, to extract, say, 1 liter of rose essence, you need to crush 10,000s of roses, In the same way, to draw out this particular, color of pitambar, there was a very huge process. Someday I will show you how that process is. The process was so phenomenal that the type of machinery that went into it, the number of people involved, the number of purification, modification, this, that which went about, only after a very long time could they take out a very little quantity of that. And only a king could afford it. No downlines can afford that type of a thing. So you imagine, just 1 liter of that particular color would have cost in lakhs of rupees during Krishna's time. So that's the reason why he was wearing a pitambari. It was purely handmade goods. Cotton, silk. Definitely all these things were there during that time. We can't say they were not there. So imagine he is a sannyasi who is wearing one of the costliest or kujur. The richest cloth in the world, boss. Nobody can afford it. So, yeah. So, to the contemplative soul who desires to attain karma yoga, selfless action is said to be the mean. For the same man, when he is established in yoga, absence of all sankalpas, thoughts of this world, is said to be the way to blessedness. So Krishna, though wearing that particular robe, sitting with that, the crown on his head, having the most polished weapons in his hand, yet is the highest of the sannyasi. Why? Because there were no sankalpas in his world. He was not bothered of कि मेरे को क्या मिलने वाला है. Whatever came his way. If you see where the question of Draupadi was, where the question of Rukmini was concerned, he didn't run after Rukmini. Rukmini sent him a note saying that my brother is doing this. Can you please take me out of this? So he went. Jambavati. Or when he went after the Shamantaka jewel, Okay, his daughter Satyabhama was there. Satyavrat's daughter was there. Very beautiful girl. And as a gift, Satyavrat married her to him. Same way with Jambavati. Jambavan gave his daughter because Sri Ram had said during his previous age that I will come back, I will retain your youth so that I can meet you in the next life and you can be married to me. Here, think about it. Krishna is doing everything without any ulterior motives. He is doing it, and the fruit that is coming to him is a Rukmini, a very beautiful woman. An avatar of Lakshmi, by the way. She's coming to him as his wife. He is not running after her. She commanded him. She told him, can you take me out of this nark? My brother wants to push me. He wants me to get married. Okay, Rukma is a brother. And whom he wanted to get her married to? This guy called Shishupal, the greatest enemy of Krishna. And Krishna gets the chance of killing him. So, he is the contemplative soul. He is only lost in his own self. Yet doing every action in this world, but not bothered about the end results. No sankalpas in his world. He's not thinking, kya milega, kya nahi milega. He's just going about doing his duty, his job. When a man ceases to have any attachment for the object of sense and for action, and has renounced all sankalpas, thoughts of this world, he is said to have attained yoga. So when you have given up all thoughts of this material world, yet performing each and every action that comes your way, such a person who does every action that is required, from breathing to drinking to eating, everything that is coming his way, with equanimity, is not bothered. ये खट्टा है, वो मीठा है. खट्टा है तो भी क्या हर्ज है? No problem. You can say खट्टा है, but eat it. मीठा है, so what is the big deal? Does not matter. You can eat it. It has come your way. You see, a sannyasi who, if you remember, when I was talking about Buddha, he would go out and ask Diksha. Bhikkhus were there with him. They would go out and Diksha, they will ask for. They can't go to the household and say, oh, have you made some momos? You can't go and ask the person whom you are asking Diksha from, have you made momos? Are they fresh? Give them to me, 10 of them. See, we are 10 bhikshus over there. You can't go and ask such type of things to a person. That person will give you 2 दिन पहले की, चपाती देगा, बोलेगा मेरे पास है 10 चपाती पड़े लेके जाना. You don't have a choice over there. You can't make a sankalpa and go over there. I'm going to get 10 momos, fresh ones. Okay. Next place, I'm going to get dal, rice, sabji. I'm sorry, ऐसा सब नहीं होता. In many of these places, if you have noticed, let us say, for example, you go to Tirupati, or you go to one of these very big temples, there are all these bhikkaris sitting outside. And you tell them, even in Shirdi, there are these tickets, you take the tickets, some 20, 30 rupees, I don't remember how much it is costing now. You take the ticket and you are going for the lunch, that is called prasad. And there is this bhikkhari, they are making all sorts of funny faces, and they have got eyes here and nose there, and they have not taken a bath for quite some time. And then you read pity on them, and then you say, चलो मेरे साथ, मैंने तुम्हारा टिकट निकाला है, तुम आके अंदर आके खाना खा लो. If you such a stare, he wants to murder you. 30 रुपये का खाना तुमने वहां से टिकट लिया है, and he says टिकट ले लो. And he will take the ticket from you and he will go and sell it to somebody else. He is not wanting money for eating food. He wants money to go and drink liquor, or he wants to use it for drugs.
Gamble.
Yes. So basically, they are not looking for food. So they may be looking very, very emancipated. ऐसा पेट भी अंदर गया है. ऐसा कुछ तो भी थोड़ा बना के बैठते हैं वो लोग, देखा रहेगा तो. These are not the people that you are supposed to be, feeling pity or sorry about. They have not given up the sankalpa in the world. They are basically looking, पैसा कितना आता है, उससे जाके मैं gambling करूंगा, उससे जाके मैं दारू पीऊंगा, उससे जाके This is exactly what they have done. They have thought about all these things. So, you have renounced the sankalpas. He is said to have attained yoga. Doing action with the left hand and keeping your hand or catching the feet of the Lord with your right hand. That is how you have to do. One should lift oneself by one's own effort and should not degrade oneself. For one's own self is one's own friend and one's own self is one's enemy. You know how we degrade ourselves? मेरे से ये नहीं हो सकता, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. Every time when a person says these words to me, I look at that person and I feel sad. Here is a very interesting and an intelligent person who God has given all the faculties in the world. हाथ दिए हैं, पैर दिए हैं, दिल दिया है, खोपड़ी दिया है, दिमाग दिया है, सब कुछ दिया है. काम करना है, जरूरी है, और फिर भी बोलते हैं मेरे से यह नहीं हो सकता. क्यों नहीं हो सकता? क्या मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं? एक हाथ से चक्रधारी हूं, दूसरे हाथ से गदा चलाता हूं, तीसरे हाथ में कमल है मेरे. नहीं करता हूं, चार मेरे हाथ नहीं चल रहे हैं. तुमको क्या लगता हूं मैं हमेशा सोते रहता हूं क्या? मेरे नींद में भी पूरी दुनिया चलती है. Here. So by saying that I don't want to do, are you not degrading yourself? You cannot degrade yourself. You should never say मेरे से यह नहीं हो सकता. हो सकता है, सब कुछ होना चाहिए. अगर तुम बोलोगे, like today, I have certain knowledge, okay, which I have learnt in my marketing days. And if I say that I cannot use this knowledge in the material world, I will be the biggest fool of all. No, I have to use the knowledge which I have got. Suppose I am a human resources person and I am on the path of spiritual. I need to use my knowledge about human resources. Every person in this world has to do what they are supposed to do. Let us take, for example, now, I am giving you an example where I have personally been involved. Now, there is this great sage called Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. You have definitely heard of him. He has got his ashram in Kanakpura Road. Okay. Now, you should see the mantapa that was built over there. It is called Vishalakshi Mantapa. Vishalakshi is the name of his mother. Okay. They have built a very beautiful mantap over there, and it is suspended like this, and it looks like a lotus. This gentleman, this Sri Sri himself was involved in the process, right from building to architecture to interior, everything. How to set up that whole mantapa was a big thing. If you see one of his very old videos, I have had the pleasure of seeing some of the very ancient videos of his also. There was a very small hut over there, a very small tin type of a hut, and he would sit outside that hut giving satsangs to foreigners and people. And the same thing I have seen where the great sage in Mumbai used to stay. He had a very small house. In front of that was this small cot which he used to put, and he would वो जो क्या बोलते हैं उसको रस्सी से बंधी हुई कॉट होती है, पहले कॉट समझते, चार ऐसे चारपाई बोलते हैं हम लोग उसको,
और दाबे में दिखता है ना.
हाँ
चारपाई है.
Yeah, and he would be sleeping on this type of thing. Or if you see Nisargadatta Maharaj, Nisargadatta Maharaj would be sitting in his very small place in Girgaon. These are great sages. Or I'm sure you, Padma and Aparna, have gone to Dakshineshwar. You have seen the beautiful cot that was there. Ramakrishna Paramahansa would sit on that and would talk to his disciples, his devotees. Ramakrishna Paramahansa had Rani Rashmani and her son-in-law. They were the king who was providing him with the things. You understand? Even where the question of, say, the sage who was there in Ganeshpuri, okay, Nityanand Maharaj. Nityanand Maharaj had the support of the entire Maharashtra state government. The chief secretary was his primary devotee. So funding and all used to happen to that place, not that he was not doing it. So you cannot say Nityanand Maharaj was not doing. Under his aegis, everything was getting done. And then when you have to feed the village, do you think the feed comes just like that? No, it has to come from somewhere. So he was definitely gathering those things. Even Sai Baba, when he was going out and he was gathering the stuff, what was he doing? There were some people who would donate some, so many kgs of rice to him. Somebody would donate wheat to him. Somebody would donate bajra and jawar and dal and this and that. And yes, he would have a community meal. Every time when I go to Ganeshpuri, I have meals in their ashram. You know, it's one of the most tastiest meals that I have ever eaten. Just like now, I have not gone to Shirdi for a very long time. But when I go to Shirdi, I eat meals over there. Or if I go to Calcutta, I will have meals in the Annada ashram. Because it's one of the most astounding places to go. How can they support all these things? There is an infrastructure behind them. So an infrastructure is important. So even if in this particular stage where he says, you got to do what you got to do. So even if he is a Swamiji or, yes, their infrastructure, he is not going to take anything out of it. You should see the richest ashram in the world is today Ramakrishna Mission and the Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, I'm sure one of you have seen one of my friends. He sleeps on the floor over there. He doesn't take anything from there. Yet he is there from 4 a.m. in the morning in the Hare Krishna. In ISKCON. 4 a.m. in the morning he is doing his japa and all that, and then he is cleaning and doing this and doing that. And just going about doing his activity. They are doing it in the form of seva. And then during the course of the day, he will come and he'll ask, Suresh, Hare Krishna, 25,000 rupees dene se you become a life member. At that time you really wonder, ये आदमी है क्या है? ऐसा कैसे बात कर सकता है? No. Running this enterprise was important. So that is also a part of his seva. Padma has written something. No, that was written at 7:27. My eyes were not going on that. This is a computer which belongs to Aditya. So for me, I don't understand.
No problem.
Okay. So lifting yourself by one's own effort, you have to put in your effort. You cannot say, "ये मैं नहीं कर सकता, वो मैं नहीं कर सकता." करना पड़ेगा. Should not degrade oneself. You should never degrade yourself. ये नहीं होगा मेरे से, ये कभी मत बोलना. जैसे अगर अपर्णा को she is in another country, okay, अगर उसको हिजाब डालना पड़ा, हिजाब बोलेगा तो बुर्खा बोलते हैं. अगर बुर्खा डाल के भी जाके काम करना पड़ा ना, she should do it. It should be a pleasure doing it. You are doing it for the Lord, so don't worry about it. हिजाब डाल के भी काम करना पड़ा तो जाके करो, जाओ. तो कौन सी बड़ी बात है? Tomorrow, if you are going to work for the Emir of, what is that, Dubai or UAE or Abu Dhabi, so don't worry. There is a very beautiful story. I don't know whether you have seen this movie. It is the king and this lady who comes to teach his children. He is the king of Siam, S-I-A-M. A very beautiful story. And that bald actor, what's his name? Ellie Savla. One of those very beautiful movies. And in that she comes and she teaches him. Okay, and then there is another beautiful story where this person goes to Tibet and he has to undergo the change in his dressing. The one who went and taught the Dalai Lama the path of the English people he had to be given clothes to wear of those royalties. You know, the royalty used to, they used to wear certain different type of clothing. So even as a foreigner, you have to follow the rules and regulations in that country. You know, it is so very important. Now India में हम लोग इधर ना थूक इधर ही थूकते हैं ऐसे नाक करके करेंगे. तुमको क्या लगता है अमेरिका और सिंगापुर में जाके कर सकते हो? नहीं कर सकते. You can't do those type of things. You got to follow the methods that are being taught. So if you have to wear a hijab in Dubai, please do. Nobody says you can't. It is the requirement of the land, and if there is a requirement of that land, you have to do it. So at that point in time, you can't say I am a Hindu, मैं नहीं पहन सकती हूँ. I'm sorry. उससे तुम्हारे धर्म के ऊपर कोई भ्रष्ट नहीं होने वाले हो तुम. समझ में आया? तो जो तुमको करना है वहां पे जाके जैसे I know, have you seen one of the pictures of mine? I was wearing that kabaya, that Indonesian dress.
Yes.
To enter the temple, I had to buy that dress. It was very expensive, but I bought a very nice silk dress. I had a headgear, and I was really looking great. I liked what I was looking. You know, I wore it for just few hours, but it was something that had to be done. So to enter that particular temple, I had to wear that dress. And what was the temple that I attended? It was one of the temples was Ramanayun in Bali is the king's temple. The king of Bali he would come every day in the morning to pray in that temple. People, the common folks are not allowed inside. I sat inside and I had over a 1 hour lengthy discussion with the chief priest of that temple. And I was alone sitting with him. And we were discussing the various aspects of Hinduism. And I was wearing this headgear and this body clothes. And we did the puja that was required. We had all the samagri which they want over there, which was done. And it was exactly the way the functions were there. उसी हिसाब से किया. So following that particular path is important. You can't say, I don't do this type of things in my country. I'm sorry. You are in another land, you got to do it. So if you go to some other place, follow the rituals, follow the customs, follow the methods. Even if Krishna would have gone to say Nagaland, you think he is not going to do what the Nagas are doing over there? Of course he would do that.
He would become Kalia himself.
Yeah. So it is like that. He is capable of doing everything. So one should lift oneself by one's own effort and should not degrade oneself. This is a very important verse. Don't miss out this verse ever in your life. Never degrade yourself. अपने आप को नीचा मत बताओ. मेरे से ये नहीं हो सकता, वो नहीं कर सकता. नई की जो रट लगते हैं ना हम लोग, वो निकाल दो लाइफ में से. For one's own self is one's own friend. It is your own old self who is your friend, and it's your own self who is your enemy. It's your mind which tells you all the bullshit in the world. He's going to tell you, oh, you are the greatest thing on planet Earth. Sorry. You have to do. अगर बेंड करके किसी के पैर भी छूने पड़े ना तो करना चाहिए. समझ में आया? उससे तुम्हारा नाक कटता नहीं है या नीचा नहीं होता. ठीक है, वो हम उनकी पोजीशन को रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं, देना चाहिए. And you can't say you are the greatest sage in the world, so you can't touch the feet of. No, I'm sorry. You have to go to a place. You have to be following the protocols. So your own mind will teach you all these things. So, and we will do the last verse, 6:1 over here, and then we will end. Okay. One's own self is the friend of the soul, by whom the lower self, consisting of the mind, senses, and the body, has been conquered. Now you see here he's telling you, mind, senses, and body. These are the three things which are consisting of the lower self. Yes. So mind, senses, body. All these body contains the 5 bodies, correct? From the food body to the Anandamay Kosh, it contains all these things. So all those bodies, the senses, the mind, are a part of the lower self. This much you should know. One's own self is the friend of the soul, by whom the lower self has been conquered. So there is a higher self and then there is a lower self. The lower self consists of the body, mind and
senses.
senses. So 5 bodies consisting of the lower self. There is a higher self, that which takes you towards God, the connectivity to God. So we call this as the Jeev Atma, the Jiva and the Jivatma. Okay, the connectivity between the supreme consciousness and your small consciousness is called the Jivatma, the connection, the in-between part. And all this is the Jiva. The Jiva has to become Shiva. The Jiva and the Shiva. See, this is how they say, isn't it? So the Jiva is connecting to become the Shiva. So here he says, one's own self is the friend of the soul. Is a friend of the soul, by whom the lower self has been conquered. So this is a person who has conquered the lower self, overcome the body. Alright? Even so, the very self of him who has not conquered his lower self behaves antagonistically like an enemy. Suppose you have never conquered your lower self, then you are becoming antagonistic. That means you are going completely against. So how do you think you are going to give this, connection to the upper self, which is the divine consciousness? Connection तो होने ही वाला नहीं है ना. तुम अगर तुम्हारे लोअर सेल्फ को इतना घृणा करते हो या बोलते हो कि मैं ये नहीं करूंगा, वो नहीं करूंगा. See, this line has to be taken in conjunction with the previous line. Your own self is your own. Is the last line.
Friend and enemy, yeah.
Yes. So you have to become a friend. Enemy, the one who goes against it is the enemy. Don't go against it. Just do what you got to do. Every time I have used this word. Do what you got to do. At that moment in time, don't say मैं नहीं करेगा. करना पड़ेगा भैया, आप करना पड़ेगा. करने के बाद ही तुमको शांति मिलेगी, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगी. And then only you can reach the divine consciousness. That is Krishna himself. But if you say, मेरे से ये नहीं होता, मेरे से वो नहीं होता, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, मैं ये वो नहीं कर सकता हूँ. And this chapter has started with sannyasa. The person can never become a sannyasi who is not even going to be helpful to his own self. So you got to help yourself. Help yourself. This is the words which are coming out of the 6th line. Better help yourself. So first and foremost, in the material world, you help yourself. Don't show yourself that you are the worst creature on planet Earth. Show yourself that you are the best, shining example. Set example to other people for them to follow. Show them what is to be done. Because if you don't do what you are supposed to do, the other people can never follow you. In the previous chapter, he says these words, मैं भी करता हूँ. And because I am the doer, the whole world follows me. Correct? We follow the people, those who do. And if I set a bad example, I will be the cause of the end of this world. Right? So why should I be the cause of the end of this world? I will also do what comes my way. If I have to be a driver, if I have to run the kingdom, if I have to marry 16,000 wives, okay, does not matter. I will do all those things. In a detached manner, I will do it. I am not bothered about the fruits, what are going to come out of it. But I got to do. And doing whatever job that I am going to do, I will become the supreme self. Okay? So we will end over here. So don't become your own enemy, become your own friend.
Bao, I have a question. You said the announcer is one who goes about his work without any sankalpas of this world.
Yes.
But आपने हमको ये भी सिखाया कि our job while we are doing the work is to plan for victory. But then don't think about the results. But
Yes.
when we plan for victory, we've already made one sankalpa there, haven't we?
Yes. Yes.
But then we're not supposed to make sankalpas.
The sankalpa of, see, let me give you an idea about it. Sankalpa means basically laying a foundation. Foundation. You are laying a foundation for making a building. Okay. You are the master architect. You are the master builder. You are everything concerned. There is a person in Mumbai. His name is called Hafiz Contractor. He is going to make the tallest building in the world in Mumbai. That's what had come in the papers, I believe. Or Charles Correa was the person who created this township called Navi Mumbai. There is a person who is called Julian, who created the Rashtrapati Bhavan, right? Now, Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi is a very beautiful monument. The one who constructed the Taj Mahal. That person who constructed the Taj Mahal had to lay the foundation. The laying of the foundation and the end part of that building is not at all connected. जैसे हम हमारे बच्चों की नींव डालते हैं, हम संस्कार डालते हैं, संस्कार, we give them good ideas, isn't it? This is what you are supposed to do. बड़ों के पैर पड़ने चाहिए, आदर करना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए. We tell our children all these things, isn't it? Are we not laying the foundation for the greater good of the child? At that point in time, are you thinking that this man is going to become the Prime Minister of India? No. You are saying that I have to make him the best. Because in the future chapters, Krishna is going to tell you very nicely, you know, I am the best in everything. You name it. If it is a horse, I am Uchirava, the best horse in the world. If it is the elephant, I am Airavata, the best elephant in the world. Think about it. So what you are going to inculcate is the best in the world, isn't it, in that child? Same way in your world, you can't tell me that you don't want to be the best in the world. If you are telling me that I don't want to be the best, so are you saying a proper foundation to yourself? No. You know what, every time I say these words, you know what I say? Your capacity is 100% performance. How much are you actually giving? 15%? 20%? You calculate from the time you have got up till the point you have gone to sleep. What are you think about it. I want you to really seriously think about it. What is your efficiency in that day? What have you achieved? Think about it. Have you achieved something in your world? So what is your efficiency? Why have I kept you over there? You have been kept over there for the purpose of being my efficient machine. I want you to perform peak performances, isn't it? See, when we are doing certain things, are we not expecting that instrument to perform to the highest capacity? कभी वॉशिंग मशीन का कैपेसिटी देखा है, उसमें लिखा है 6 kg ऑफ क्लोथ, हम लोग उसमें 8 kg 10 kg डालने की कोशिश करते हैं, देखा है कभी? Here this is a very funny thing. So are you not expecting the washing machine to perform higher than its capacity? Of course. And you want the biggest job and all those things and the whitest of the white clothes. Are you not expecting that? Yes. See, here the expectation and the expectation in that world is slightly different. When we are talking about ourselves, you've got to be 100% of it. You've got to be the best. And considering yourself as the best tool for Krishna. So you better perform. If you want to be the flower at the feet of Krishna, do you want to be a Sadela Marela Ganda sa flower? No. You want to be the most beautiful flower over there. Imagine this. Think about it. If you want to be the best flower in the world, would you like to be the most scented, agarbatti, or you want to be some, one of those, some brand agarbatti that is there, or you want to be the best hand rolled, उसमें musk है, ये है, वो है, वैसा वाला agarbatti. Whenever I go to Mysore, I get these agarbattis from this place. You know, they are so beautifully smelling and they are rolled by hand, very expensive. Yet I bring them, I put them up. Why? Even in my room, you will find those agarbattis there. Why is that? Because Krishna would like you to be the best agarbatti. Why not be the best? Why not be the most sweetest smelling one of all? ये ऐसे कोई लल्लू पंजू नहीं बनने का है. तो the expectation of being the highest performer for the sake of Krishna is what we are talking about. So if you are doing a job, you better plan to be the best. अगर उसमें पान बन के भी जाना है ना, तो वो पान भी सबसे बेहतरीन होना चाहिए, है ना? Correct? You know how many string instruments are there? So many of them. And a master will go and play different instruments, and he will say, no, there are certain pianos in the world. I think the one which is called Steve Mecca, the best pianos in the world. Why do you call them the best? Or a watch called Rolex, handcrafted watch. It's, I think, admired by some of the best people in the world. If you ever go to these 5-star hotels, I don't know, in Bangalore, in Mumbai, there are certain 5-star hotels. You know, in Raj and all. There, the noodles are drawn by hand. In the Chinese restaurant, the person will do like this and like this and like this, and he draws the noodles by hand, and it's such a rhythmic play. And you look at him performing, it's a performance of a lifetime. He is doing the performance. Would you like to eat those noodles or the Maggi noodles that you get in the market? Of course you would like to eat those noodles. They are drawn by the greatest chef in the world, the master chef. So if you consider Krishna as the greatest thing in the planet Earth, he will also expect the best out of you. So don't give yourself the crap of, I can't do this, I am the worst thing on planet Earth. No. Be the best tool of his. Perform to the highest of your capability. Never say I am going to lose. Always be the winner. Airavat, the elephant, nobody can beat. You know, Uchishrava, the horse, nobody can beat in the world. The best Veda. You know, he keeps on describing this. What is he talking about? He's talking about you. The Krishna in you. Understand? The planning is important. You are going to plan to be the best tool, isn't it? So sharpen yourself. If you are a knife, get it. Chakku Julia, age Karado, Jaya Bachchan ko. So that is how it is. So you have to become the Amitabh Bachchan of this world, or a Clint Eastwood, or the best person. And you better plan for it. Don't say I can't do this. So do it. And when you visited Giant Mosque in Abu Dhabi, did you see the beauty of that place?
Oh, it's so serene.
It's one of the most beautiful places. Even in Delhi, there is a very beautiful place which
Lotus Temple.
Yes, the Lotus Temple, the Bahai Temple. It's a very beautiful place. I go there because I find peace. I'm not going there to find some religion. No, I find peace over there. It's a very beautiful monument. Yes, when I visited the Taj Mahal once, actually I told my driver I don't want to go to Taj Mahal because it's a cover. But I visited it. I wanted to see the beauty of that place, just to see the beauty, admiring it. Because God's creation is beautiful. We need to admire everything in this world. Like today in the morning, we struggle to get this whole thing put up. And now it is put up. The struggle pays off. So you've got to be happy and feel best about yourself. Never give yourself that, I can't do this and I can't do that. You have to be the best tool in the world. Please remember these verses. They are going to teach you your lifetime story. Be the best. Be the best instrument possible in the world. Don't give yourself the crap. We give ourselves the crap in the world. मेरे से नहीं हो सकता, मैं एकदम गरीब हूँ, मैं बीमार हूँ, मैं भिखारी हूँ. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. तुम कोई भी नहीं हो, तुम तो सबसे बड़े उसके एक टूल हो। सुदर्शन हो, उसके हाथ में चलते हो। शंख हो, उसके शंख का भी नाम है कि नहीं नाम? कितने शंख है? हर एक का नाम है, करेक्ट है। हर एक के शंख का अपना अपना नाम है। पौंद्र, और उसके
पंचजन्य।
हाँ, पौंद्र, पंचजन्य, ये सब अलग अलग, everybody has one shank. We say Arjuna, he has one. If you see
देवदत्ता।
Nakul, yeah, he has got one. Everybody has got one. हर एक के पास है, और उनका वो एकदम हाईएस्ट साउंडिंग वन है। तो यू ऑल्सो पंचजन्य क्यों नहीं बनते? उसकी गदा बनो, उसके पैर की धूल भी बनना इज अ वेरी ग्रेट थिंग। Don't we touch it and put it on our head? It's like that. So be that as well. Does not matter. या उसका वस्त्र बनो। वस्त्र, मैंने आपको वस्त्र का कीमत बताया अभी। One of the costliest things in the world. और अगर वो तुमको बिना द श्राउड ऑफ टूरिन, अरे उस टाइम पे वो ₹1 का कपड़ा होगा, लेकिन आज वो श्राउड ऑफ टूरिन इज बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स वर्थ, इज इट नॉट? जस्ट बिकॉज समबडी who is the greatest sage of all has worn it. And the great story, which is cup from which he drank, the Last Supper, there is a very beautiful picture that has come out of it. Raiders of the Lost Ark is the name of the movie. उसका वो जो कप, वो कप की कीमत क्या होगी? इतना गोल्ड बताया एक तरफ और वो कप बताया एक तरफ। That's how you have to be the best. That's it. Okay, so we shall end over here. And tomorrow, I think, let us see the timing. You will discuss with me what timing it is. Because, getting the whole thing organized like this, and my net also has to work.
Bhav, for me, any time works. This time works. Whatever time you suggest, so far I can log in.
Okay. All right. Until your recording studio job is over.